If I'm gonna have hope, I'm gonna have a confident hope, not just knowing any type of hope. There's a verse, Ephesians 1:18-19, that says, I pray that your hearts be flooded with light so that you can understand the confident hope he has given to those he called. I'm gonna start right there. If you are a believer in God, right? You've accepted Christ in your life, you are called, right? Just, if you ain't know, no one ever told you, you're called. I'm called, we're all called. We are called by God for his plan and his will. I'm called by God. This right here applies to you. This is a letter that was wrote to the church, and it says that I pray that your hearts will be flooded with light so that you can understand the confident hope he has given to those he called. So if I know that I'm called and you're called as well, we need to understand something and understand what's being said right here. We need to understand that God has a confident hope for us, and not just any hope, right? All of us have hope, right? We hope for something, right? I hope my situation gets better. I hope things turn around for me. I hope that, someday my finances look different someday. I hope I'm not living like this someday. I hope this sickness goes away. This loved one's sickness goes away. I have hope for that. We need to have a confident hope. We're called by God. And that's something we need to understand. A lot of us have hope, right? All of us have hope. Some of us don't have hope as believers. Some of us do. What I've seen is a lot of us, even myself, when we're kind of going through something, right? When we're hoping for something, our hope isn't like the hope it needs to be. It's what I would call like a moping around hope, a maybe type of hope, an uncertain type of hope. Right, just a contradicting type of hope, not a real hope. It's like a hope, a technical hope, just to say I got hope, just to say I got hope type hope, right? And we need to have a confident type hope, a type of hope that I'm sure about this. The type of hope, like I know my situation is gonna get better. I know things will get better for me. I know that God's gonna turn this around for me, and I know that God's gonna answer my prayers. That's the type of hope we can have. The type of hope I can tell others about it, right? The type of hope where I know it may look bad to you. I know my circumstances may look bad. I know that it may seem like it may not get no better, but I got hope. Just trust me. I got hope in God that this will happen, and I'm boastful with the type of hope that I have for God. That's the type of hope that we need to have. Right, because God is reliable. God has never lost a battle. Right, God is trustworthy. So if I know that God is so reliable and dependable, I can have hope in Him. I could have a smile on my face when I say, no, I got hope in God. But a lot of the times that's not the type of hope we walk around in. That's not the type of hope we live in. We live in this hope that's, like I said, moping around hope. I don't know if you heard people say this. A lot of us be going through something and we be like, yeah, God kind of has me in this dark season right now. But I trust God. I believe it's gonna get better. I'm praying. Pray for me now. That type of hope that's just. I'm just saying, like, I hope just as a precursor, just saying, like, just to say I got it, but I really don't got it, right? I really don't think it's gonna get better for me, but just in case they do, I wanna say that I have hope. That's not the type of hope you need to have, nah. A lot of times, we got this hope that, like I said, we got a hope that, like, outwardly, it's like an outward hope, that's it. It's an outward hope, but it's not an inward hope. Inwardly, we're defeated. Inwardly, we're down. Inwardly, we don't think our situation is gonna happen. Inwardly, we honestly don't think God is gonna answer our prayers. Inwardly, that's what we're gonna say. But outwardly, we tell people, like, yeah, I got faith. I trust in it, and X, Y, and Z. But we don't, and just to say that. But that's why, like I said, that's that moping around hope. No, If you're gonna believe it, believe it. If you're gonna stand on it, stand on it. No, you have hope. I believe this. No, if I got hope my dreams gonna come true, or no, I got hope my dreams are gonna come true. Right? I'm confident in this. Right? If God gave me this vision to achieve this thing, if God put it on my heart to do this thing, well, I'm gonna do it. Right? That it's gonna come to pass. And I got hope in it. I got hope in God. I confident hope that this will happen. It goes on to say, I also pray that you understand the incredible greatness of God's power for us who believe in him. Do you know what God, so it says that we understand his, not only that we understand that we should have confident hope in God, but we also need to understand God's great power. And these go hand in hand. The reason we don't have confident hope, because we don't understand God's power. I know God's power, all that God has done, right? All the things that he's capable of. I know, like I said, my problem is this big to God. God is much bigger, has done much bigger things than my little bitty old problem. Whether that's heartache, a loss of a loved one, and sickness, depression, those are small. Those are big to us, rightfully so, but that's a small job for God. God can turn that around like that. So if that is the case, if I know that, if I understand his great power, then I can have hope. But the reason I don't have hope, because I don't understand his power. I don't truly believe that he has power. And it says that this is the same God that rose Jesus from the dead. I don't think we fully, and I read that and I was like, I don't think we really take a second to see how marvelous, how great that is for God to raise Jesus from the dead after 3 days. So in today's time with technology, right? If a man were to die, our first thing is our first thing with technology would say, all right, let's try to resuscitate him. Right? We're gonna try to resuscitate him, see if it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know the percent rate of how successful resuscitation typically works, but that's kind of tend to be how it happens, right? And that's also moments after a person dies. But if a person has been confirmed dead for 3 days in today's time, we already started planning a funeral, right? We already started planning a funeral. And after a person dies, I think in the human body kind of goes under some processes, right? It goes through different phases, right? It goes through hypostases, I believe it's called. Then goes to algo mortis, then rigor mortis. And it goes through different phases where the body changes, the body stiffens, right? The body becomes stiff. Then the body turns gray, and if you touch a dead body, it gets cold, and that's within I don't know, 36 hours or something like that. I raised Jesus from the dead after 72. So Jesus' body had to go through all of those phases. And in today's time, you've been dead for 3 days, I already bought the casket, I already got the venue set up, I already started calling people, I already got the info set up for the funeral details, all that. Do you know how impressive it is to raise a man from the dead after 3 days? Sometimes I can't even think of that. Really think about that. This body has already decayed and changed and everything like that. Confirmed dead. They already put him away. And God rose him out of the dead in 3 days, as he said he would. So if I understand God's mighty power, which we need to understand, the same mighty power that rose Jesus from the dead, that is the same mighty power that can turn my situation around. That is the same mighty power that can heal my heart. That is the same mighty power that can put favor on my life. That's the same mighty power that can change my circumstances. That's the same mighty power that can heal me, that can heal a loved one, that can rid me of this depression, rid me of this anxiety. So if I'm a believer, I have this understanding of that hope, and I have an understanding of God's mighty power, and they go hand in hand. And if God can raise a dead man, a dead body from the dead after 72 hours, do you really think he can't do the same for you? Do you really think he can't show up on your behalf? Do you really think he can't turn your situation around? I want you to really think on that.